I'm going to discuss NAT gas. So let me know what you know about the NAT gas. You heard about the NAT gas?
No.
NAT
Network address
translation.
It translates
Private net, like if you want to connect to public IP.
Okay. You translate from private IP address to your public IP.
Vice versa.
Vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yes, that.
This is going to translate from your private IP address to public IP and public IP to your this private IP address. That is a job. So apart from this, anything else, it gives a service for the organization, NAT. Apart from that, anything else? Just provide the services.
Maybe it provides some security as well, and also gives the to access the internet seamlessly without any traffic or anything.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Soundarya, any idea? Abhilesh, Girish. Apart from this, translating to public to private, private to public. So anything else? And what is the purpose of configuring? And which are the devices we can configure NAT? And why? What is the main use of this NAT now? What is the main objective of NAT?
in order to enable multiple hosts on a private network to access a internet using a single public IP address.
Using single public IP address.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Good.
Reduce the usage of money. So if you purchase a public IP, it's too costly. So in order to just save some money, that can.
Okay, can you give an example, Amanda? An example how I can save the money. I have the organizations. I have the 10, say example, 1,000 employees working in organizations. The company name is Taj Company. Okay, so how I should save?
From IANA. From there you can purchase a public IP and then take that public IP with help of NAT. You can convert it to private IPs and provide to.
We can access
you
all
can
the devices.
Devices.
Like all the devices will communicate with one single IP.
Yes.
Yes. Very good, Amanda and Swati. That is the job of this thing. What you said is perfectly 100% answer is correct. So I want to add one more point here. Okay, the reason of configuring, like they have introduced the NAT is, so not only to convert, it is a temporary solution for IPv4 because of shortage of IP address in terms of your IPv4 version. Permanent solution is IPv6. Understood, guys?
Okay.
This point is, I want to add, I think you have said enough information about your NAT. I think Amalda and Swati. Okay, so the reason is the why we are using IPv4 because shortage of IP addresses for the organizations. Okay, then it is a temporary solutions. They have come up with a NAT, converting from your private IP address to public, public to your this thing, private IP address. Temporary solution. Permanent solution is IPv6. IPv6 you need not configure NAT. It's not at all required NAT to configure. We have got sufficient IP address for in IPv6. So one guy, another 10 generation, they can use IPv6. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we shall discuss now about the NAT.
Hey Taz, sorry, I just joined in delay. Just please mark my attendance.
Satya.
Yeah.
कैसे हो भाई?
Sorry?
Yes,
How are you, man?
Yeah,
Yesterday
I'm
also.
Yeah, yesterday actually we went for family function, that's why.
No, all function over. Your health is okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, Satya.
Yeah, thanks a lot. How are you?
I am doing great, guys. Just I'm missing you in every time.
My goodness.
Okay. A lot of things we discussed, guys, in a couple of days, guys. ACL redistribution, right? All core of networking. Okay, so let's jump for this and let's discuss about what exactly the NAT is. So network address translation. Okay, so as I told you that, so it is specifically it is the problem for the IPv4 is it has got shortage of your IP addresses, IPv4 versions.
Okay.
So the other reasons we have come up with a solution for this one. Okay, it also supports the replace even if you use CID as subnetting, even though it is not sufficient, is telling clearly. Even if you're done CID or subnetting, why you are using subnetting? Okay, big network into you're dividing small network to say the IP address. That one also not sufficient. Okay, so the short-term solution for this one is okay, your NAT. Okay, and permanent solution is your IPv6. That is IP next generations. So provide an extended address range, like some billions of IP address. Understood, guys? That's the reason we are using your NAT. Okay, now why NAT now? First, understand these guys. Let me tell you add some important points here, because you are going to support a lot of customers. So, guys, remember, so almost all the customers throughout the world, guys, so they are using almost as per this thing, guys. So my knowledge concerns about 90% of the customers still they are using IPv4. Then you must learn NAT, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because the reason why you're not migrating to IPv6 is they don't have the sufficient engineers to work.
Okay.
Still, we are getting a lot of output, guys. As per I think 15 to 20% engineers they know about the IPv6. Because I'm not, I'm also migrating with IPv6. I'm also even guys using IPv6 also we can able to configure your static voice sphere, BAGRP, your NAT, PAT, ACL, all things IPv6 also we can configure, but NAT except the NAT. Okay, so now the other reasons you must know about the NAT functionality. It's quite very important to understand that.
Okay.
Right. So where are the things we can configure NAT? We can configure on your router. You can configure on your firewall. Okay. And your layer 3 switches. You are fixing depending upon your network architecture, how you design. Okay. there you must configure your NAT so that all your network should communicate to internet. That is your ISP. Okay, guys. So as we can see, guys, NAT translations your local address to and your public ones. So many private hosts share a few global addresses. So imagine, this is our entity network work in the organizations. Okay, and this is our some ISP. Okay, so where we are going to configure your NAT here, which is going to translate your private IP address to your public IP. So do you know the cost of static IP address, guys? You know static IP, right, guys? Anybody? Static IP cost?
It should be around 4,000.
Any idea?
No idea.
And why it is used static IP address? We check here. Let me show you that.
To
Yeah.
have a single IP, dedicated IP. Static
Yeah,
IP.
dedicated IP. Okay. A lot of vendors available buy static IP address. They will sell the static IP. Buy IP address. Readily they will come. Online chat. So contact list, agreement, payment. Okay, so now what kind of IP address is this? The process of buying the IP address. If you check here, I think they'll mention some names. So this guy is selling static IP now cost 199 plus GST, which is 235. Okay, what is this, guys? What kind of IP address is this? If I pay this 235 rupees per month, can I get internet?
No, you will get only the IP address, not the internet, right? Static IP.
Swati and Soundarya, you and Amanda, please tell me this answer. I want from you side. If I pay this, I will take, they'll give some unique IP address. That IP address is dedicated to me. I can use that IP address. Okay. If I take that, can I get internet access?
No.
No, I guess it should be no.
No. Okay, means again, I have to buy the internet also, right?
Yes.
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 Right. So you are paying for the static IP. Okay, something here start to 35 rupees, right?
Yeah.
Then internet connection also,
Yes.
right? So somewhere about 1,000 rupees per month,
It's GST.
and this one also per month. Then what is the use of, say, example, they'll give some IP address 174.201.261. Because last year I purchased this IP address last year during the lockdown. Now I removed it, I think 261. Okay, now what is the use of this IP address? Again, I had to pay because using, if I buy this IP address is dedicated to my devices. How I can use this, guys? This is where very important to understand, guys, being the network engineer.
And we can log in into this and do the changes like
By
giving
using
the privilege.
Rakesh, I'll give an IP address, say 192.168. So 1.0 or 1.1/24. By using that, I can log in, I can access my device.
Yeah, but then that keeps on changing, no? Once the device gets rebooted,
How it
the
will change? How
IP
it will
will
change? See, this is
Static
my
IP.
network, for example. So this is my network. Okay. I have my at home. I have my Wi-Fi router. So again, I have my bare metal servers running. So I have the 3 laptops on desktop, tab, I think 3, 4 mobile phones. So all are connected to ISP. Okay. So now if I give this IP address, this all routers again has switches connected. So example, this is my IP address which I have given one of the hosts like 1.10.
Mhm.
Then how it will change the IP address? It will not change, right?
It won't. Yeah.
Not change the IP address. So example, this device, say this is 1.11. Again, I have other like Apple, this is laptop, this is 1.12.
It's dedicated to one small single network, I think so. Within a small, within a homemade networks. So maybe some
See,
very
when
few
you
devices will be there.
access, I had told you to access your Wi-Fi router. Do you remember? Anybody access?
Yes.
Anybody?
No.
No touch.
No one has access?
No.
See, even if you access your Wi-Fi, maybe your router we are using your TP-Link or D-Link or your Menda, a lot of vendors are there. Okay, so I think you are getting only this IP address. Have you noticed?
Oh,
Whether it is
yes.
0.1
Yes, touch.
or
Same thing.
1.1.
Noticed.
1.1. Yeah.
That's
I
it,
took it
right?
0 to
Yes.
In my networks at my home, so I'm using this one, 192.168 1.1 network. If I type this in URL in web browser, okay, it will ask that this credential of my Wi-Fi router. Username and password I should enter, right?
Yes.
Then only it will
Yes,
access
yes,
the
yes.
router. So my question
Yes.
is here is not going to change, right? This is not going to change. I will notice here, you just access the Wi-Fi router. So they will give some dynamic IP address inside of your router. Please check this. This address, it keep changing. Using this changing IP address, okay, I am somewhere in US. Okay, I cannot access by using this IP address, but I can access by using this IP address.
It will never change.
Right. I'm using one ISP here. Okay, there is a one more ISP here, which is connected. Right. So I can able to access this. I can able to access my network, my server home. I can access it. Because I'm doing the lockdown, what I did at my home server. Okay, so I have configured EVNG. So they can do the lab. Okay, so then I purchased this because and Wi-Fi, which this IP address with dynamic IP address, which they have given to you, is keep changing. And some router they'll not change. If the connection is less, okay, the connection is less, they'll not change. Dynamically it will change. And because inside is a Wi-Fi router in your at home. So by default it will work your default route and static and DSCP. No need to configure. By default, these things will work in your Wi-Fi at home.
Okay.
Please access if you have the routers at home. Okay, I think all people have the Wi-Fi routers, right? Please access this and check these all parameters and keep changing every 2 months of your password, guys. Keep divide your network. So I'll be discussing on Monday, guys, wireless. If possible, discuss Cisco Meraki. Okay, so now that's the reason, guys. Your static IP where I can access remotely my devices. If I access my server remotely, okay, I can access my all devices, right? That is the advantage of my static route. In the lockdown, this is what I did. So I install this one. So I give the remote access to a few of my African students from different countries. So they used to come and access my server, and they'll go back. I think I took for almost 1 year. Now I remove, now not required, so directly I'm accessing. Now, so next come to the point now. So come back to your slides. So this is how it's going to translate guys from your private IP address to your public IP. So there's a terms for guys before you jump to the lab. So we should understand like what is your inside. Okay, what is your inside local and inside global? The term inside is referred to your inside network. So imagine this is my router which is connected to the LAN, one of the LAN, and this is the one which is connected to your ISP. And this interface will call outside.
This inside local. Okay.
And this is your called inside.
Great. Local inside.
Okay, please understand this. So here you explain very simple way. You can see this is my inside local. Okay, this is IP address which has went inside local. Okay, and this guy is going out. We'll call it as your outside local. Outside global. You can see. We call it outside global.
No, it's inside.
Okay, so now we talk about the IP address. So we can see IP address he has given 172.20.xy. Any IP address. Okay, inside this in global, only this IP address is going to represent. Okay, outside, maybe you're running some server, web server, or your proxy server, or any servers you are going to access. So this guy, he don't know what is the IP address of your PC. He know only IP address of your public IP. This is your public IP. You're going to represent with this IP, as simple as this, guys. You know, I think FIFA World Cup is going on. So when you play the football, okay, you are going to represent the country, not with your name. Correct. That is called your outside global. Okay. So NAT addressing terms outside global and outside local, means vice versa from that side. The term outside refer to the address used for the host outside of the enterprises. So when the ISP router, which is connected for the internet, which is coming inside of your router, imagine this is our entity network. When this one of the client is accessing this one, okay, we'll call it as the outside global. For him, for any one of the client want to communicate from him, from this PC perspective, this guy will call it as your outside global.
Local.
Outside local, yes, correct. Outside local. Okay, outside global refer to the your internet. Means this IP address. Say example, this is the ISP IP address. Say example 10.1.1.2, and this is your 10.1.1.1. And for you, it is your inside global. For him, this is your outside global. This is your outside global. Let's share this example, guys. I think not this slide. Static net. Let me take this example. So this is the inside. You can see this is my inside networks. What we are running inside, a lot of server PCs are connected. Okay, you are going to represent whatever the IP address we are using is not going to represent. We are going to represent with only this IP address. The other reason, guys, when you take the static IP, okay, they will take lot of even internet connection also. They will take your PAN card, Aadhaar card, that card, many card they will take, right? For static IP also, they will take lot of IP addresses. And you know, when you take the static IP address, okay, so ISP, they have the SLA between the government and your cybercrime. whoever the requested for the static IP address, they should register the name in the cybercrime branch. I don't know how many people are aware of this one. Because I know because about the cyber security case. Now old days has gone, right? Nowadays, like olden days, how people will thief your valuable things like gold, money. They'll broke your home. They'll enter your thief. They'll take your valuables, right? Gold. Nowadays, how?
Bank lockers.
Nowadays is all your digital thief.
Yes. They'll not even hack our devices. They'll hack our brain itself. Yes.
Right. It's as simple as this, guys. Because the digitally, guys. I think every country have the army, right? Army, Navy, Air Force
Yes.
to defend our country, our borders.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. So, what about organization? There is a no army, right?
Hmm.
No Navy. You have
Cybersecurity.
no Air Force.
Only security
Right.
guards will be there.
Right. Security guard also cannot do anything. If I penetrate
That's
your,
what I've next what I'm supposed to say.
if I penetrate your organization, what security guard will come to know? He don't know anything about what is penetration test.
Yes.
Okay, right?
Even
So even some
I've
network engineer also don't know, guys. I'm telling you frankly.
So that's the reason cybersecurity specialists come into the picture, I guess.
Right. So that's the reason, guys. Whenever you take this guys, you should be have some basic security knowledge. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain here, guys. Okay. For every organizations, you must have you are the responsible to defend your network, right? The entering of the network is totally based on your IP address, right?
Okay.
If any one of the hacker, what will do when he come to know the gateway of your DSCP, he's keep on firing the packets.
Okay.
So that your gateway reach the end, your peak time where it try to reboot your DHCP server.
Okay.
If overload, what happened, guys? Even human being also, if you try to read this thing, a lot of things coming on your brain means you'll reboot your brain, right? You'll take rest.
Yes.
No. So what I'm trying to explain, guys, here. Now I'll come to the point.
Yes.
Let's remove this, guys. So as we can see the network here, so we have the two PCs which they are trying to communicate. Okay, take this pen. As you can see, this PC want to communicate. So how the NAT table will be make an entry. So this is 10.0.1 and 0.2. Okay, it using this IP address to communicate to the internet. It will make an entry. Okay, it will take one more IP address to communicate this guy. So this guy will take 80 and this guy will take 81. Okay, this is called your static NAT. Means one-to-one communication, guys. One-to-one communication. There are different types of NATing here. So we are going to do the lab on static NAT, dynamic NAT, and overload NAT with a PAT. Okay, PAT means your port address translation. Okay, we are going to do today the 3 labs, guys. Okay. So how does NAT works now? Okay, before we jump to the lab, so let's understand what is a NAT. So NAT is nothing but a one-to-one communication, guys. You can see this diagram. Okay, So this 32.10 is using this IP address to communicate your ISP. Same 32.12 is going to use this IP address, okay, to access your ISP. Same 32.15 is using this IP address, different IP address, right, to access your ISP. Means it is a very expensive, right?
Yes.
Imagine if you have 1,000 pieces, computers connected in your organizations. We cannot buy one IP address, right, from our internet connection for them.
Yes.
Right. So in static NAT, computer with the IP address 32.10 will always translate with 110. Only this guy can is dedicated. Means a static NAT use only one-to-one communication. Just imagine if 1,000 PCs means you need 1,000 internet connection now. Right? Which is not possible, which is very expensive, right?
Yes.
So that's the reason, guys, in Wi-Fi router is automatically it will the NAT will be functioning, guys. So one day I will show you that. Maybe Monday I'll show you. I'll access my Wi-Fi router. Okay, what are the parameters is there? At the same time, also you people just access your. I think all people have it Wi-Fi router at home. D-Link, TP-Link, or
TP-Link.
I think from Act, Tenda they will give. Tenda Wi-Fi router with the dual band or single band, 2 antenna and 4 antenna. If you see inside, so there all things we can see. This pre-configured like your NAT and your DSCP, your static routing and default routing. So there we can create your SSID. You can your name of your Wi-Fi routers. You can create your 2-3 Wi-Fi routers so that we can anybody want to come, we can keep them separately. We can see their MAC address. Okay, we can monitor. We can filter your traffic. We can give some option like filtering. We can give the time bound. So example, if I come to your home, okay, if I request for internet access, so in the guest, we can give for 1 hour to after 2 hours, automatically it will disconnect your connection to the router. These all things we can do in Wi-Fi. That's the reason ask you people to access your Wi-Fi.
No. You said only during I took the connection that time I just accessed that 192.168 that IP address he given. In that one I restricted only to my 2 devices. One is my mobile and my lap. That's it. One more PC, I have one more personal lap I have. If I want, I have to shut down this office organization laptop and then I have to use that one. I have restricted to only 2 devices. I got it. So now I don't know why they are saying all those things. He just guided me, that guy.
Is it your router?
No, that Wi-Fi router what I bought it's bought by me only. I just took only the internet connection from Act.
When you buy it means how come it will be there? You have rights, right? You can access that.
That's what at that time I was not aware that what is that exactly. Whatever he just guides me, I just did it. Now you're explaining me. Now I'm come to know this is the things that I did it actually. That's it. I'm just remembering all those things.
There are many things we can do it because restriction. Because at my home I have the 3 Wi-Fi routers. One from Netgear, one from TP-Link, Netgear, and Cisco Wi-Fi router also. Where I used to configure this because make sure that we have to upgrade your firmware. We can filter your MAC address. We can filter your IP address. We can reduce the bandwidth. Basic level of security. We can block the websites.
Oh,
a lot of things we can do that. But the reason always I tell you many times, please access once you these things. Wi-Fi router and don't because some ISP people they'll not give your router access. Wi-Fi router. Same thing happened to me. I think in 2 months, 2 months ago. I think SpectraNet people they're not allowing me to access this thing. I told them one example. No, sir, we don't usually let girls. They'll come. No, sir, we cannot give this credential because there might be chances for security breach. What about my security breach? Right? It's my router because I pay for it. I told them she's not able to understand. I told her clearly, because as if I have buy the home from you and keys with you.
Yes.
You understood, guys?
Mm,
Yeah.
I got it.
I have paid the
Thanks for the
money
information.
I have purchased the house from you and keys with you. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Then that example also she don't understand. She telling I'll put to the technical team. Uh, okay. And one guy came and he asked security breach. Because how security breach, man? Okay. I have given my PAN card, Aadhaar card, father card, mother card, grandfather card, every card I have given. What else you want? What else do you want? What security breach you are talking about? He don't know. He don't know about like to whom he's talking. No security breach. Then the VPN. He's talking about VPN, firewall. I told me, you tell me what firewall, what explain me. I told
Not
them
denying it.
I'll take alternate route. I'll go for other ISP. Later on, like one more guy, technical guy came. So I told very simple example. Because I have purchased the house, the keys with you. You tell me what I should do.
Okay.
No, sir, will you this a credential? Then they are given the credential. Then I configured. I put my network into separate network, my all devices. How I configured? So what are the devices I'm running inside my network? I'm running a lot of devices inside the network. I'll keep in separate network. Okay. Other network, I'll keep it in separate networks. I think I have given this is 2.10 and this is I think 2.21, I guess. I think 2.21 network. Because any hacker also come to this thing, guys, you will get currently a lot of network is running inside. Okay, so here I put small filtering at my Wi-Fi router. The reason why I'm telling you guys, because this thing, basic things, guys, you should know about it.
So, John, one more this thing. I
And make
required
sure,
one small
guys,
help.
keep changing every 3 months your password, guys.
Oh yes, that we'll be doing it. One more thing I just want to ask you this time. Anyhow,
Yeah.
by Monday, I think so. You said you'll show some examples of the how to this one access the Wi-Fi router and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So one more thing, actually, in order to know the Wi-Fi password, if we go to nearby area, so we knew the password. It is a password protected. But whereas if you use Windows command prompt, from that one we could able to fetch the this one password as well for that particular Wi-Fi.
See, if you go to Google, guys, we can
Uh,
see a lot of password, guys. You
no,
will
no,
see.
no. What I'm saying is from IP
Yeah.
from our Windows command prompt, if we go
Hmm.
any Wi-Fi nearby area, Wi-Fi if it's available area, if we take that only the network, if you put some codes and everything, even I saw in that YouTube as well. Even I also tried with my lab also, so I could able to fetch the this one Wi-Fi passwords as well. So in order
Yes.
to protect that one, I require some basic things for security in order to that should not get to know by the get to means it should not Windows command prompt should not detect that one.
First thing, yes. Whenever you first thing, that's the reason I told you. First, keep changing your password.
Mhm.
That is the first step. So every
Yes.
2 months or 3 months. Okay. And second thing is, first,
Mhm.
don't allow to access your Wi-Fi router. Okay. Don't allow. Or else we can hide your SSID. You can hide it. So that if you try to trace such nearest network in your mobile phone or in your laptop, is try to search, right?
Yes.
Okay, it will not show you this. Your SSID. Say
Oh,
example
this is
at my
the
home. So I have given some RUs,
SSID.
right?
Okay.
You hide this. They said even they cannot come to know.
Mm. Means
Or-
if we go, some of this one will be available. If we go nearby any homes nowadays, you will get a Wi-Fi availability. The network's availability will be there. AirPlay, Vodafone, blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Everything you'll be getting.
Yes.
That one we have to get hidden from that. That is the one now you're
Yeah,
suggesting.
if they don't hide means they will become visible for you.
Ah.
As simple as that, there's a lot of technique. I think you might know how many of them this one. Okay, so Nmap, this is the command in networking. It will going to scan your entire Wi-Fi network. You can come to know what are the network they are running, which devices they are Wi-Fi route devices, and what are the vulnerability of the device also we can find. And easily we can penetrate. I have done many times nearby home. Many people they don't know. I entered there. I entered in the network. One guy is there. I think his SSID is he has given a little boy. I remember little boy. A little boy 5G. I thought some small little boy. Let's check because I was doing some testing. So I have logged in with my Windows 7 PC. This is my VM, which is running in my server. So easily I entered in this boy. The password is a little boy in JP Nagar. Here's the password he has given. I remember this guy. Little
Location?
boy.
It's JP Nagar,
Little-
right? Which area?
JP
Nagar.
Because I stay in JP Nagar. He has the
Okay.
password is very lengthy password he has given. I entered this one. So he has connected some 2 laptops and I think 7 or 5 mobile phones. I seen the MAC address and all they have seen. A lot of things, guys. It was just not secure, guys. You are the Army and Air Force to your personal as well as organization also.
No,
I
on
told you
Monday you can
presentation I
provide
given this
me.
example.
Yes.
Now thieves are using your digital. I remember hackers are more intelligent than any network engineer has. Okay, so this is how, guys, as you can see, your 32 network is going to use this IP address to communicate. Means one-to-one communication. Means how many PCs you have, that bunch of PC is going to communicate with your ISP. Okay. Now talk about this one, dynamic. Okay, in dynamic, they'll create the pool of IP address. Pool of IP address range starts from 100 to 150, like how much you want. Okay, right now it is 50 IP address. Okay, so 50 IP address, randomly they'll pick the IP address, which are the IP address, 50 IP address, it go and communicate with your ISP. It will create the pool. How we are creating a DSCP pool, right? Here also dynamic IP NAT pool and pool name. Okay, 10 IP address or 20 IP address. Randomly it will pick which are the IP addresses free in the pool. It will take that IP address and communicate to your ISP. That is your dynamic NAT. Okay, what is a PAT? Overload PAT. So here what it does means is as simple as this. It use this all 3210, 3212, 3215. Okay, it use only one IP address, right? Can you see 100, 100, 100, 100? But port number get changed 101, 102, 103. Can you see, right? This is all we can see. Means your only port number is changed. Okay, only we are using one IP address, right?
Okay.
The configuration, guys, we have to tell them go to interface, you are the inside. Go to this interface, tell them you are inside. Okay, go to this interface, tell you are outside. Same thing. This is how we are going to configure in firewall. Okay, then configuration IP NAT inside source static. Okay, 1.10.0.0.1 means this IP address. A, PCA. So PCA IP address we are allowing to access the internet. This is your public IP. Okay, and this is your private IP. Understood, guys? Then how to check the verification? Show IP NAT translation or show IP NAT statistics. This is how we check your NAT. And he's talking about how to give the inside and outside. So as you can see, this guy has given static NAT. Go to the interface, IP NAT inside and IP NAT outside. This is a command we have to give for your interface. So dynamic NAT, same thing. Just I told this, make an entry. The randomly it will pick the IP addresses. The configuration is simple, guys. As we can see inside, create a static IP address, create the pool of IP addresses, a specific range, maybe how much range you want. Okay, create the access list here. So here we need to add the new things here. Here you have to create the access list, permit the entire network to access your internet. You have to create your ACL. Okay, so link the ACL with the pool. Okay, allow them and link with the pool. That will do the lab, guys.
Okay.
So dynamic net configurations. So create access list. One means it's doing what? Which access list?
Standard.
Standard ACL, right?
Yes.
Okay. Permit this network and wildcard mask. Then create the NAT. IP NAT pool. The pool name is pool 1 with this range. Okay, 200.0.0.1 is your public IP. Okay, so your public IP, as you can see, 200.0.0.254. Okay, means he has created pool of network, that is 1 to 254. Okay, and net mask is this, and link with the pool. IP NAT inside source list 1. Pool is your pool name. You can give entity or whichever the name. This is the command how to configure this. And Pat, how does it work is, as we can see the diagram here. Okay, so this is the diagram, guys. We can see it using only one IP address, but only your port number gets changed. 1025, 1026, 1027. All the IP address they are communicating. You can see, right? This guy is communicating with this IP address. All are using the same IP address. Only your port number gets changed. Means this is quite very important, right? Is using shared global IP address. This is what we are getting internet. They are making a lot of money, right? Remember, guys, suppose see in my area, I think we have 4 ISPs. Lot of competition. 4 ISP. Okay, one ISP they are using one IP address. One IP address. Okay, imagine. I think they have minimum 100 connection. Okay, 100 into, if you calculate 500 rupees per month, how much it will come, guys?
$50,000.
50,000, right? I don't think so. They will be having 100 house.
Usually in JP Nagar, it's only apartments is there, right? Minimum
Means
100.
I don't, because approximately I have taken. If you calculate, I think 10,000. Okay, how much connection? Another 20, right?
50 lakhs.
For 10,000 employee, one ISP they are making. Okay, the 50 lakhs per month. That too shared one. what are the internet we are using here also, guys? I am also using share thing. They are getting shared one IP address, which will be shared. Okay, they are making this money per month.
Yes.
Understood, guys?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
these guys. This I have planned, I think in 2008, I planned for the ISP. I want to become a service provider, internet service provider at my area. I know just we need only one server, guys, nothing else. Easily I can configure this. Only one IP address, one server is enough. And you know, you can find a lot of EOA. I know where to buy the devices. Because me and one of my friend planned, he went to US, then I became computer teacher here.
Yes, it's all about Indian. You're also an Indian, right? So lesser the amount, more advantages. Benefits should be
Yes.
more. That is our Indian strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
See,
the
one
info.
ASP is making for 10,000 connection, he is making 50 lakhs. Okay. So who is going? He's not, this is called the, we'll call the passive income, guys. This is not active income. All the devices, technology is making money. Same thing, what your Azure cloud, your Google cloud, your Alibaba cloud, or your AWS cloud, all devices are making like billions of dollars, not human being.
Yes.
I'm correct?
Yes. You're right.
Right?
You're right, Touch.
All devices are making money. Here also, right? ISP connections. Okay. So let's talk about how this PAT is going to work. Okay. So as you know, the first connections, just pay some attention, guys, here. So destination is 9.1.1.1 means this is my web server. 9.9.1 is web server. When these guy want to communicate, with my web server, okay, so how the NAT table will work? Make an entry. So as we can see, the source is your, what is the source IP address? 172.22.11.101. Okay,
Yes.
and destination port is 80. Right? 80 means your web server. Right? Source port is 3212. And your destination IP address is 9.1.1. Source IP address is 100.1.1. Okay, how it has been changed? Because of the PAT. Okay, this using this IP address to translate it. It got translated, and destination port remains same. 80. He want to do the internet access, and source port number is 3212. If you talk about the second connection, guys, okay, in second connections, the translation get changed here. As we can see, your this guy now this time this guy want to access your web server. Okay, the port number is same, and your source port number is 3212, and we can see the destination port number change here, 3213. Can you see here?
Why it is changed, Touch?
That is a PAT. Only your IP address, your public IP will remain same for all. Same for all. It will make an entry in NAT table. Only your port number is going to change. Now we can see that 32113. Only your port number is going to change. As we can see, 3213. So here also 3212 and 3212. Second connection. So first connection was 3212. Only port number gets changed. Means we can say when one IP address, they can communicate all. Understood, guys? And this is the configuration, how we can configure your PAT. The configuration of the PAT, we can see, okay, go to interface, tell inside, go tell this is the inside, this is the outside. Okay, access list 1, your permit this network to access the internet. Okay, IPNAT inside source list 1 interface 0 overload. Overload means it understands that you are going to configure your path. Same thing this side. So only one side you have to configure, not other both the sides. So now you tell me, is it we required to configure any routing protocol, guys, before configuring your NAT?
Yes, sir.
Is required? Who is that? Imelda Swati?
Imelda.
So which routing protocol you want to configure, Imelda? OSPF, RIP, or any protocol? Okay, from the network which is connected. Okay, say example, let me give one scenario. Okay, let me take. So this is my router and this is my ISP router. So this is how I'm going to connect it. This is my R1, this is my R2. So I'm running my some lot of PCs servers inside. And this is my ISP where I have the web server. So I have the DHCP server, we have the proxy server. Okay, imagine this is my ISP. So now you tell me which routing protocol I should configure. You want me to configure RIP? You want me to configure static? You want me to configure your default? You want me to configure your OSPF? You want me to configure my EIGRP? Okay, and where you want me to configure? What you want me to configure in R1? What you want me to configure in R2? Okay, so before we jump for the lab, I want this answer from your side. So after break, we'll jump to the lab. Okay, before I could start the lab, so I want answer from you people, right? What I should configure in ISP router, what I should configure in R1. I'm asking which protocol I should configure in R1, which protocol I should configure in R2. Okay.
Okay.
So try to get this answer. We'll take the break.
Yes.